Hollywood Foreign Press brings you the 2015 Spotlight with your hosts, Corey Baker and Robert Cheek.
Do 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 do.
Why are we coming out to I Love Lucy?
Is that what that is? Damn it! It just popped in my head, and I'm like, that seems like it's something from a word show. Maybe?
Yeah, it's kind of a word showy.
Yeah, or maybe just we're all jaded.
If there was an actress who was popular who's named Lucy,
yes,
then they would play that as she walked out to hand out an award.
Ah, yes.
So it was like Lucy Johnson.
Do 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 do.
And then the band would just do like the boo.
Yeah.
This year, we're awarding editing to...
In the technical awards given away
earlier today. We should have had technical awards given out earlier.
We can still come up with it. It's fine. Make it up on the fly.
Best album art goes to Corey Baker. Best editing of video goes to Corey Baker. Best YouTube management goes to Corey Baker.
Here's the sad thing: there's just no competition in any of the categories.
I go unopposed.
It's like we would have an award for best YouTube management, but unfortunately, it wasn't well managed. And
best album artwork, the nominees are Corey Baker and Leonardo DiCaprio, and the award goes to Corey Baker. Damn it! All right, guys. Welcome to the 2015 Spotlight.
Hi.
Last year we did it a little bit differently. We did it all in front of the green screen.
Yes.
It was fine, but
ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, but we wanted to do this one special. I think we might even do it as a bonus podcast as well.
Right. Yeah.
In case you missed out on all this goodness along the way, maybe just start listening in September. Who knows?
Or hey, and start listening from here on out. How about that?
Yeah.
Download, don't listen. That's what we always say.
It's fine. Just download. But this is. We picked out our favorite moments.
Yes.
We have fan moments that have been picked out for us.
Yes.
We also have special segments.
Of course, a couple of them, yes.
We called it.
Right.
And what's our other?
Wait. Shoot, I deleted something. Hang on.
This is why you don't get any pre-show awards.
No, it was just Fans Choice and We Called It.
Oh, okay.
And then there's multiple, inside the We Call It category, there are many things that we called this year.
All right. Well, we got to start from the bottom.
Right.
And then work our way up.
Started from the bottom, now we here. In the basement of the studios.
Started from the bottom, and now we're still in the bottom, because we're in the basement of the O The Anthem studios. Deep below the earth in Parkville, Maryland. Our number 5 moment.
Go ahead.
What was our number 5? You have the list in front of you.
No, I'm supposed to be responsible for the list? Oh, you give me shit because I accidentally deleted something which I didn't do, and now I got the list.
Yeah.
Number 5. Episode, I have no idea what number, because I should have taken it down. What's wrong with Rob and Corey?
Oh, man. I love this episode.
So, we try to do some special things during the course of the year. One of those is going to come up in the Fans Choice Fans Choice category, obviously. But this was
well, 2 of them, really.
Oh yeah, this is it's going to come up in the annals of O The Anthem history, I think.
Yeah,
just the breakdown of with things that people know already, I think, about us.
Well, basically, what happened was we had Stephanie come in.
Right.
And she proctored some exams of narcissism personality disorder and obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yes.
Because we both imagined that for each one respectfully, we would
rate really highly.
Blow out the charts, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And it was a pretty shocking episode, I think.
Yeah.
I think I was surprised with how narcissistic I was.
I was going to say, you rated a lot higher than you figured.
Yeah.
And I rated just as high as you might think that I rated on that test. So, is there a perfect score? Because I think I got it. Yeah.
You kept on talking about, like, Robin Quivers and her score. I remember that.
Oh, yeah, because
she was like, I'm not a narcissist. I'm not a narcissist.
And she rated hugely on that. I do like, I would say, now that we're still talking about number 5, how I remember nothing that we do, by the way. The next week, I'm like, oh, did we do a show last week? Okay, great. Yeah, I don't really remember. But going back, these are the kind of things that I remember, and I realize like how much fun it is to do this week after week.
Yeah.
So, without further ado...
Number 5.
So what? Let them be belittled.
Something tells me my narcissism score is going to be a lot higher
Higher
than
than
I
you
thought.
think? Yeah.
All right. Being an authority doesn't mean that much to me.
Whoa.
People always seem
Whatever
to
B
recognize
is.
my authority.
B.
B?
Whatever B is, I am already on board with B.
All right. So people always seem to recognize my authority?
Yes.
Recognize.
I had such a primal reaction to A. I was just like, ugh.
I would prefer to be a leader. It makes little difference to me whether I am a leader or not.
A.
Okay. 2 leaders running the podcast. I wish somebody would someday write my biography. I don't like people to pry into my life for any reason.
We're having a live therapy session in the air. I think it's A.
Good stuff from Stephanie on that one.
Yes. And maybe some stuff coming from Stephanie in the future. I would love to see more from her. I think everybody said that they would love to see more from Stephanie.
Yeah.
So,
So who knows? Maybe we'll call her back to...
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed we can get something going with her. So,
our number 4.
yes.
I started a term to describe what Robin Thicke did to music earlier this year.
Yes.
And it's a term that's stuck with us for the entire year. It probably will for...
Years to come.
Yeah.
Years to come.
It's going to be a forever thing.
Let's see. It made an appearance on both of the vacations that we took this year.
Mm-hmm.
It made that appearance on one of those vacations in the setting of more music, which it turns out, much to my amusement, that it wasn't in fact this thing because people got paid. So that's totally
It's still a Haxby.
still maybe, but yeah. So early to set up everything early this year, Robin Thicke came out with a song that sounded an awful lot like David Bowie.
No, that was
Shit, I don't know.
that was Sam Cooke.
Sam
Who did-
Cooke
yeah.
did David Bowie. What did
That was
Robin
Tom
Thicke-
Petty, though.
Tom
is what you're
Petty.
thinking. But
Yeah.
it was Robin Thicke and God damn it, fuck.
We're making this up as we go along,
I
people.
completely forgot who it was.
Wait, but it was Blurred Lines, yeah?
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye. That's
Yes,
it. Yeah.
see? Deep Paul, yes!
So you do remember things from earlier in the year.
Only if I'm prompted.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, so it started out with Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines. It sounded like Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
And then that was followed up by
Sam Smith.
Smith sounding a lot like Tom Petty.
Yeah.
And we finished off the year with Five Sauce sounding a lot like
Duran Duran.
Duran Duran, yes.
Yeah. So
it's been a year of Haxby's.
our number 4 moment, the Great Haxby.
Enjoy. Your argument is the ones that clearly give a nod are fine, right? Because when the Beach Boys or when the Beatles give clearly a nod to California Girls or whatever,
It depends on what the nod is, though.
Well, if you read the book, you
If
know.
I,
It was
if I
a
write
good nod.
if I write a book and the first couple sentences are
Right.
when I was young, my dad gave me this little tidbit of free advice that I've been thinking about ever since. You wouldn't say like, "Man, that's a wholly original thought." You'd say, "No, he just reworded the first sentence of Great Gatsby."
Despite the purposelessness of it, a group of people in Wilmington destroyed the headquarters of 12 credit card companies.
Yeah,
That's essentially the overt reference in my book.
yeah,
But it's so overt that you know how overt it is.
yeah.
And that it's clearly making homage to
Right.
Fight Club. So the
And it's
point of
one.
this is,
It's one little bit.
right.
It's
So-
not. It's not the entire work.
Okay, but here's the thing. If I saw 2 actors and I couldn't hear exactly what they were saying, and then one of them leaves the apartment and is doing a montage down the stairs, I would think that is remarkably similar to when Romeo goes to meet Juliet, and as he's walking through with Tybalt, is having the same kind of montage thought. Mm-hmm. It's the same concept, exactly the same thing. In fact, the 1994 remake of Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio, the world's greatest artist, has a scene that is remarkably similar to how I picture the scene from About That Time I Fell in Love. Now, unless you are saying, Tybalt, how dost thou, and have the same exact breakdown, and instead you're sticking in your characters' names, then it's fine, because they are ideals held across everything. If it's so alike that it's confused for the other, we now have a problem. Like,
and
Sam
that's
Smith.
what it was.
No, it wasn't.
It was. So therefore, if it's for me, it was, then obviously I'm not the only person who had this thought.
So are we supposed to be slaves to the majority? Is that what it is? Or slaves to the minority, for Christ's sake?
No, but if you go on, I'm going to just fucking pick one at random and put it in the show notes. But just put into YouTube, like 35 songs played by the same 4 chords.
Right.
And you'd be like, wow, oh my God, all of these songs are played with the same 4 chords. And that's crazy.
If I put in 35 songs played by the same chords that sound alike.
But if I just put those songs on my iPod,
right,
and just made a playlist and we just drove around, most people wouldn't notice it.
Okay.
Most people wouldn't say, like, wow, those are all these songs with the same 4 notes?
You are not most people. You can't use yourself as the example. I'm the example. I don't listen to things that are older than 15 years old. You get to Nirvana, you're at the early edge of what I care about. So my point of that is that most people, you are not most people.
Yeah.
You cannot be the comparison. And you are unable to say, I can see your point, how if somebody wasn't a music aficionado like me, that they wouldn't be able to hear it. And the bigger deal is that you want to defend the line to the death, which isn't true, because you want exceptions where you want exceptions, and that's okay.
What exceptions?
The Beach Boys doing, or the Beatles doing it was totally okay. That's an exception.
Hold on.
That isn't, you're creating an exception!
So I have an homage to Aaron Sorkin in my screenplay.
Yeah, well, no, you can't release it now. You're going to owe him money.
Fine. I'll cut it out.
Okay.
But if I knew him, like say like me and him just became pals beforehand, and I said to him, hey, do you mind if I make I really like your work. I just want to make a quick one-off homage.
Sure.
You cool with it? Be like, yeah, please, by all means.
So you're telling me that the Beatles got permission from both those artists to put it in?
Well, Mike Love certainly.
Right.
The one who is more litigious.
Right. So did they get it from everybody though?
No, I'm not sure.
So again,
but you're
building in an exception. You're saying that it's okay as long as they get permission ahead of time.
Yeah,
so,
well, I mean, almost everything's okay if you get permission ahead of time.
So if Pharrell had called Marvin Gaye, it would be fine, right? Except for he can't call Marvin Gaye.
Oh, wait, he's dead.
Because he's dead. That's my point. And now what have we created? If it's not overturned on an appeal, which it will be overturned on appeal, but if it's not, we've created a world where everyone who creates anything, your cost of your album is exponential now. There will be almost no new music.
You know why this is
fucking litigious, because asshole lawyers like me are so litigious.
You know why this is bullshit?
Why?
Because it's just going to be like debt between countries at a certain point. If it gets to this point, because
you want to put out an album?
Marvin Gaye is one of the few artists out there who own the music.
Okay. But
so you think Sony's going to sue RCA over 15 songs, and then RCA is going to sue Sony over 15 songs, and they're just going to squat? It's just going to be honor amongst thieves at a certain point.
Okay, so but for
just like it's been for the entire history of the world.
You want to start a record label?
Yeah.
Let's say and I know you hate the idea, but I'm going to say it anyway. You get the Taylor Swift.
Right.
You get the one that takes our $5,000 investment and turns it into $5 million.
Right.
Except for then Sony BMG sues the shit out of us because one of the songs, the hit song on that record, sounds kind of like something else that somebody else did. But that's okay with you?
No, because you can't...
So wait, you're creating exceptions.
No!
It had the vibe. The song that made our record, the one that made us the money, has the same vibe as a song that they have an artist of.
The only reason why anybody is using the word vibe...
is because Robin Thicke used it.
Is because... Well, okay, granted. But the only reason why that one has become part of the popular nomenclature of this case is because... people don't have any other words of describing you stole this song without stealing the notes.
But that is not a crime. That is not a breach. It's not a breach to steal a song without stealing the notes or lyrics. That's not it. That means Are you telling me that Marvin Gaye picked out a sound that no one had ever made?
The Great Gatsby makeup that I just did a few minutes ago isn't theft?
Absolutely not.
If you were the estate of F. Scott Fitzgerald, you wouldn't try and take that book off the shelves?
No.
If every single line was the same way?
No.
You wouldn't?
If every single line in the whole book was the same way?
Yeah, just...
No, I absolutely would.
Every single word was changed. Nothing's the same. The story is the same, but you can't copyright a story.
Okay, and when they step down from the bridge in Blurred Lines, it sounds nothing like the Marvin Gaye song. There is
because T.I.'s in it now?
There is a short set of notes that sound kind of similar. That's it. If you change the first chapter of The Great Gatsby and change, if you read
my book, The Great Haxby,
okay,
and then you read The Great Gatsby, and it's the same exact fucking book, only the words have been changed.
Right,
synonyms are all throughout. Then what's the point?
No, you're right. You should sue them. You should sue them. That's not what this is. If I write,
essentially what this is.
If I write a book about a billionaire who keeps to himself but throws parties to have people around him, should the estate of F. Scott Fitzgerald be able to sue me?
Nope.
But that's what Blurred Lines is to the Marvin Gaye song.
No,
it has the same feeling, but
it's the Great Haxby. That's exactly what it is.
It has,
and we're back, and nothing has changed whatsoever. We decided to do a brand new segment for this year's Spotlight Special because obviously we know what's up.
Well, and I think we can make it almost a weekly segment because it does happen pretty often. But
well, I mean, really, we had two really big wins here. This is a segment we like to call "We Called It"
because we called it.
There was a moment about Kanye West running for president.
Yes.
Literally like 5 days prior to him announcing.
Yeah. So we're in tune with the universe. We're in tune with what's happening out there. Clearly, we knew something was going on, and you did call it.
And then the other one was we had our Dead Fish in Politics episode.
Right, yeah.
It happened about a month prior to Freddie Gray's arrest and death. And... we sort of, throughout the whole episode, we sort of talked about all the problems.
Troubles of brewing
that would lead to something, and then how we were going to have a massive shift in politics in this city soon enough. So here we go.
Well, wait, and I think it's also important to notice, if you listen to the episodes, the mayoral race has kind of become the mayoral race we're talking about in this episode, too. So Trouble in Baltimore and the mayoral race that's pending in 2016.
So we called it right now. All right, GOP, it's me, it's Cory. If Trump decides to launch a third-party campaign and he's taking away the votes from your candidate of choice, let's just say Bush, and you're worried that Trump is going to take the votes that would allow Bush to win and just leave a totally open Democrat to just reign against the two of them, just start pumping money into Kanye West as president. Just take all that super PAC money and just give it to Kanye West to run for president. Because he's going to run as a Democrat. He's going to get a lot of stupid people to vote for him. And then you might even out the... if you have a 4-way stupid person race, it's anybody's game then.
It's true. That might work.
And how good would debates be with Kanye West and Trump?
Oh my God.
With Hillary Clinton and Jeb Bush on stage.
Them trying to keep it professional. And Kanye's like, I'm Yeezy.
Megyn Kelly, I just don't think you respect my genius.
Yo, Trump. I'm going to let you finish, but let's be honest. I'm the richest man on the stage.
Trump, I'm going to let you finish. But Ross Perot put up the best third-party nomination of all time.
And yes, as you probably could have guessed by this moment, I have decided in 2020 to run for president.
I'm going to say something that people aren't going to like to hear.
Okay.
But I think we might need a couple take your medicine mayors.
Yeah.
Because the problems that need to be fixed are not sexy.
No.
Massive infrastructure needs to be fixed.
Yep.
You know, I don't honestly know what you can do about the vacants. Bulldozing them. Well, I mean, bulldozing them would be fine, but you got to make the areas appealing to live in before you can bulldoze them.
No, bulldoze them first, and then see what you're dealing with. That's what I'd say.
Bulldoze them, see where everybody goes, and then fix the problem there.
But you can only, these problems are so interdependent that there is no fix. It's you got to fix all of them. You can't address just one of them. That's really my point about it.
Well, I mean, I think that we're going to have to. You know what? I'm going to take the opposite tact of you.
Okay.
Opposite tact of you. I didn't mean
Okay.
tact. Opposite tact of you. Break down the walls.
Okay.
Because right now we have unspoken walls.
You stay on your side of Martin Luther King. I'll stay on mine.
Yeah. Stay on your side of North Avenue. I'll stay on mine.
Yep.
Stay on your side of Greenmount. I'll stay on my side.
Eastern Avenue.
Yeah.
You stay 1600 block or further. Don't come on this side.
Once you get to Greektown, you got to stop.
Right.
This is our...
Everything on this side of Greektown.
It's kind of funny that not funny. Well, not ha-ha
Not
funny,
funny,
but like...
yeah.
That sort of the ground roots of segregation, which has caused all this trouble throughout the years, which has trickled down to this problem, is still part of the problem that we can't fix.
Yep.
Like, we've sort of dug ourselves a hole so deep that we can't get out.
Well, and it's been passed on from parents to children.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a greater societal problem at work here. And I mean, that's, for what it's worth, is I've said this in previous episodes. Like, you're saying we need to take your medicine, Mayor.
Yeah.
We do. We need to have a realization with ourselves to say, neither you or I have children, but that in order to make a better world for them, we are going to take our medicine now. We are going to be the lost years where our parents got to live high on the hog and our kids get to live high on the hog, and we got to take the tough shit. That's what happens. We have to take the punishment for it. We pay higher taxes than we really should to get the money to do things.
I will say this. A take your medicine mayor doesn't have to be a bad thing. So, Rob, if you had to make a list of the most important people in 2015, I mean, you know, like the Pope,
Trump, Caitlyn Jenner, and I guess maybe somebody else who kind of looks like a man transitioning to a woman.
Are you speaking of Kim Davis?
I am speaking of Kim Davis.
And her husband?
Oh, God.
For lack of a better name, Bubba?
Her on-again, off-again husband.
Yeah.
Because apparently they get married the way that most people date. So.
Well, we had a lot of fun with Kim Davis.
She was a constant source. Really, we stretched that out over several weeks of.
Well, she kept doing shit, so we kept talking about it.
Yeah. Well.
But our number 3 moment, Kim Davis.
Check it out.
Basically, what we've drawn down to is that smart people should be given more rights, and stupid people should go fuck themselves.
Yes.
Speaking of which, there's this county clerk in Kentucky that I want to talk about.
Yeah. So she should definitely go fuck herself.
The story flabbergasts me. I don't even...
So, for any of you who haven't followed the story, basically it's this. A woman in Kentucky who is a county clerk whose job it is to issue marriage licenses, amongst other things, but issue marriage licenses. And she, after the Supreme Court ruled, she refused to issue marriage licenses, which was her right, because Kentucky law said, we don't have to do that. Now, Kentucky is one of the states that went up to the Supreme Court.
Kentucky has it in their constitution. Now, fuck y'all!
So... basically, her standing was, we haven't gotten a rule from Kentucky, so I don't have to do it. So what happened is it came down from the Supreme Court on remand to the Supreme Court of Kentucky, through the Appellate Court of Kentucky, through the local court, back down to her courthouse, and it said, you have to do this. And then she said, fuck y'all, I ain't doing it. I can't.
It'd be like if she worked at McDonald's, which she might next week when she gets fired.
Right.
Like being on the drive-thru, and it's just like, the bell rings when they cross over the thing, and it's just like, hello, is anybody there? I'm not answering drive-thru today. Are you currently working? Yeah.
And the manager says, Bernice, take the order. Nope. Not gonna do it.
I ain't doing it.
Ain't gonna do it.
As long as these gays can eat cheeseburgers, then everybody can eat cheeseburgers. There's a better picture that you should put up here as well.
What's that?
The one of Mike Huckabee, some lady, Kim Davis, and her husband.
Oh, yes.
The guy in the overalls and the no
yes.
shirt and the hat. Oh, my God. If ever Kentucky needed somebody to be their official mascot,
it's that guy.
I would argue that they shouldn't be the Kentucky Wildcats, but the Kentucky That Guys.
Jesus. Backwoods hillbilly. Listen, I don't know nothing about no grammar. I'm just a redneck.
Listen, Kim Davis ain't just my wife, but she's my sister.
And wait, didn't she have...
Listen! Listen to me! Listen to me when I speak!
She cheated on her first husband with that guy, had twins by him, got divorced, married him, divorced him.
I don't care what you say about my wife/sister's clothes, what you say about my wife/sister's hair, or what you say about my wife/sister's horrible decision-making process. All I know is I try to make chitlins for the Lord. So when I put my fucking stick in her, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be Christian about the situation. When I put my baby goo making sticky inside of her, Christ cavern.
Christ cavern.
I make new little babies for the Lord.
Right, yes. Mm-hmm.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. He's only here to make things better for y'all.
Anyway, to get back on track.
I wasn't on track?
No.
I thought that was good stuff.
Mike Huckabee is a candidate for president.
Look at this man's hair. This Mike Huckabee. He's clearly got the hairpiece of a man who should be president.
I think it's his real hair. It's not a hairpiece, is it?
It is the real hair. I shouldn't have spoken out of turn. It's the Can we please get a picture of just this guy by himself?
I'll try and edit it out.
just cut that part while I'm doing this.
Yeah.
He's got the hair of a man who's got a brain. That is the hair of somebody who has at one point thought about fucking his sister, but has not yet so far succeeded.
Succeeded. Not done it. Succeeded. Yes.
This is a man who goes into the room, much like that good old Christian Josh Duggar.
Oh, God. Oh,
and puts his little feelies out there.
All right, we're going into Stirring Place now.
And says, don't worry, Sister Huckabee. It'll all be over soon. Now, if you listen to the podcast on the regular, and
why wouldn't you? Yeah, of course.
You might notice that from time to time, Rob and I do voices.
Really? Yeah. I wouldn't have noticed that.
Just occasionally. That's my pretentious D-bag voice. You know why they call it Tribeca, right? And I think of any of the voices we've ever done, the one that is the most loved, especially for us.
Yes, absolutely.
Is the voices of Becky and Gina.
So popular, we almost spun it off into a separate podcast, which would have just been ridiculous, I think.
It's an extra week of extra episode a week of Becky and Gina.
Yeah, just them talking.
Yeah.
Babes of Birdland podcast. Yay. So this definitely shows that Cory and I have, number one, no idea what women talk about when we're not around, and two, the ideas that we have are clearly male ideas of what women talk about. So.
Also, if you pay close attention about halfway through this clip, you'll notice me almost dying.
Yes.
So,
which I forgot about until we re-listened. That's the best part.
All right. Well, the number 2 moment of the year 2015, Becky and Gina.
The girl, as offensive coordinator. Go ahead. Why don't we just run another screen pass? That always works. Somebody give it to Justin Forsett already. All right, you fuckers run over here, and you fuckers run over there, and they won't know what's going on, and then all of a sudden you throw the ball to that one, and he will run down for the touchdown. The best part is your head and your arm movements. They start feminizing in a way that makes me think.
I have to channel you
channel it.
Yeah, this is
throw that ball. Oh my god, you threw it so far. It's like the great. We should do.
Did you see Joe Flacco throw that ball all like them 60 yards or something like that?
First of all, can we talk about the beard? How sexy with the beard. Oh my God.
You know, I always had this, I guess you would call it a fantasy.
Okay.
That when Joe Flacco was really awkward in those first Mariner Bank commercials,
right,
that, like, I would just be working there. Like, I'd be doing like the hair and makeup because I'm like good at that shit. You know?
Are you a fluffer? Are you talking about being a fluffer?
No,
that's not even cool.
Fluffy Joe Flacco. How dare you? He's the quarterback. I couldn't do that.
You did that to Johnny in high school.
That was different.
Okay. So Joe Flacco.
He had tuberculosis. I felt bad.
He was the quarterback. He just told you that just to sleep with you.
What an asshole.
I know, right?
Anyway, when Joe Flacco was like awkward in those first Mariner Bank commercials, I really, really, really had like this like thing where like I was working there. I was doing like hair or makeup.
Right.
You know, one of those things.
Right.
And then afterwards he was just like, you did a really good job, but he was kind of awkward.
Oh my God. Sploosh.
I know, right?
What? YouTube. I think we should do. Okay, guys. Welcome to the Babes and Birdland podcast. We're gonna talk about Oreos and ravens and splooshes and fashion. That's what we talk about. Oh my God, Corey's dying. Somebody get him out the mouth. Oh my God.
Oh my God, literally, just specifically, my lungs at the moment can't even.
So, oh my God, did you see the mun on that guy? It was amazing. It was amazing. That mun was so hot. Like, seriously, sploosh. The thing I'm going to miss most about this fan fest this year, obviously, Nick Markakis. With the beard and the mun and, oh my God, sploosh.
Did you ever hear the story that Kevin Millar told about Nick Markakis?
No, what story was that?
All right, so Kevin Millar, he was with the Orioles, obviously.
Duh.
I'm telling the other people, we're on the fucking internet right now. Not everybody knows.
This is the Babes in Birdland. If they better know, okay? Just come correct. That's what I say.
All right, whatever. But here's the thing. So, Kevin Millar was taking his batting practice daily, and Nick Markakis was out there, you know.
Is he the one with the shaved head?
No, he had he kind of looked like Guy Fieri.
Oh my God, Guy Fieri?
Yeah.
I saw him in a bathroom up in New York at a place. It was amazing. I was like, why are you in the women's bathroom? And he was like, because I'm Guy Fieri.
I love his deep fried butter bombs.
Oh my God, they go straight to your thighs.
Hold on a second. But I was telling a story.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Kevin Millar is doing batting practice, and he hits a long fly deep ball.
Ooh.
And Nick Markakis is chasing it down. And then Kevin Millar yells at him, and he goes, "Go on and run it down, you little terrorist." And everybody has a good laugh about it because he's got a beard like that.
Oh my God, that is not even appropriate, okay?
Listen, it was a joke.
It's not even appropriate for a joke.
You gotta joke about these things sometimes.
No, we don't. We can't be telling jokes
We
like
got
that.
fucking freedom of speech in this country.
No,
it's
we
like
don't.
you don't even know.
I can't even with you right now.
I can't even with you.
Oh my God.
I think we should just sexy make out.
Okay, let's do it. And
Scene. There.
And here we are back again, certainly not at another time, with your fans' choice moment.
Yes. Well, of course, as we always say, we do this for the people that listen. It's a free service. We enjoy discussions, but we can do that anytime. We sit down, we record it for you, the fans.
And we had two moments we had to pick out here.
Yeah. Couldn't keep it to one.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, number one, we did episode with Jim.
At Jim Force 2Ms on Twitter.
Which was our most popular episode of the year.
Yeah.
In terms of like downloads and views and everything like that.
Right.
So we had to put that in there because it was an obvious fan's choice by how much it was enjoyed by the fans.
Yeah. And clearly almost we called it also because weeks after we did that, Mystery Science Theater's back.
Yeah.
So,
and then the other one, the one that we heard the most from on social media, it's a perennial at this point.
it really is, yeah.
Cinco de Mayo 2.
Right.
But I would say this one moment from Cinco de Mayo 2, if it happened almost any other week, would have been worthy of the list in its own right.
Yeah, just the drinking shenanigans brought about the conversation, including the acting out, which I really enjoy. If you aren't watching this on YouTube, take the time to go watch this section at least on YouTube. So.
Yeah. So anytime you hear Papa Doc Duvet, it really means Stephanie Rawlings Blake.
Because that was one of the drink words we couldn't say.
So check it out. Fans' Choice coming at you.
Papa Doc Duvet.
Papa Doc Duvet.
And by the way, here comes the big budget part of this movie right now. Look at this epic special effect.
Somebody had to go out and buy a whole shit ton of Darth Vader costumes. I mean,
No, it.
Random.
Oh, it gets better. Oh, yes. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the movie that they ran out. Like, financiers came on set and were like, "We're done. We're not funding it anymore."
It is the movie. Actually, there's a fight scene later, and you can tell they ran out of money. It's just like they underlit everything. So
Wrap it up.
well, he's basically got the world's biggest lighting umbrella behind him in that.
yeah.
And so,
Well, this is how
Dune.
Langella got to set. This isn't.
That's his personal vehicle.
Yeah, he just like, you should have seen when he showed up at the Oscars and this music plays, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, we're gonna give him Best Actor, right?" And they're like, "No, we're not."
God damn
Yeah,
it!
I was going to say, now he
God
did win
damn it!
Best Actor.
Langella's ruining Pauly Shore's moment of fame with his loud music and his...
Imaginary party. Are you?
Let's do two things right now. We're gonna role play. You are Papa Doc Duvet, and I am one of the in the bag reporters.
Okay.
So you give your statement.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna do something because we're specifically on video this week.
So yeah.
I gotta get myself an ugly haircut.
Although you look kind of good as a hipster. That might be a good look for you. Just wet it down a little bit. Right? How hipster does he look right now?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Do I look like Papa Doc Duvet?
A little bit, actually. Pretty close. The
Okay.
facial, a little too much facial hair. Not
A little bit too much.
a little bit too much.
She hasn't been growing a playoff beard.
All right, so
Go ahead.
You are giving a statement
Just a
about...
regular. Yeah, hold on. Let me give a statement that. How about this? I'll start off with a statement that I'm going to have to retract later on Twitter.
Okay.
And not in front of live reporters who are going to question me about it.
Wait.
So I don't give a shit if people die. Questions? Yeah. Rob Cheek, O The Anthem?
Okay. So my question is, you've done such an excellent job with the schools recently. I just have to applaud you on that. And I understand that it's a difficult job being mayor. So what do you plan to do in your run for governor to show that this wasn't a big deal?
Well, I would like to say, thank you for the question, first of all. I appreciate it. I'm very happy that 55% of black students in our school system graduate high school. It's more than 50, which means that I'm winning. And I think that if I was elected governor, the number of every single school in the county would be more than 50 as well. Hold on, I'm not done yet.
Sorry, go ahead.
Why are you twisting my words? Huh?
No, I'm in the bag. You don't have to worry about me.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I mean, I'll check your Twitter feed.
Sorry, WBAL News. I didn't mean to get in your face about it.
Visual.
Did I say something wrong? Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. What was the follow-up question?
The follow-up is, what would you say to your critics?
I have to make sure that I don't smile. That's a big part of...
What would you say to your critics who say you're too good of a mayor?
I would say that nobody is ever too good. We can just strive to be too good.
And I would just like to applaud you on your job as a mayor. You've done a fantastic job.
Thank you. I'm done with questions now. See ya.
So that's the press conference.
Yeah.
That's basically how that goes.
Here we are, folks. The number one moment. I got the envelope.
Come on,
I have
Leo.
the fake envelope.
Come on, Leo's got it. Leo's got it.
And we will announce this right after this commercial break. Stay tuned to American Idol. Da-da-da-da. No, for real, it's happening right now. Don't worry. No break.
First of all, I thought I was the Seacrest of this organization.
Right after this commercial break. Nest baby. Oh, yeah.
I want to do a best of your...
My Corolla.
Your Corolla semi-starts of the live reads. But no, that's not what's number one.
No. That'll just be next year. We'll make a dedicated index of every single time I do... a
Corolla read.
Yeah.
But, so this year, something even funnier than that.
Oh, probably the funniest thing...
History of the podcast.
Yeah. Well, not even that. If I had to make a list of funniest things that I ever laughed at...
Oh, yeah.
Ever... This would be up on the list.
This is the kind
the great thing is, like, you know, like every once in a while something happens where, like, you know, like you're at a McDonald's with your mom and she slips and falls and her pants fall down and she farts. And, like, that combination of things happens and you're like, oh my God, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Okay. And you laugh really hard about it at that exact moment. But this was like an hour and a half of sustained laughter.
Number one, you're a horrible person. To wish that on your mother.
Not my mother, your mother.
Oh, okay, well. And number two, this is the kind of thing that when you re-listen to it, it's just as funny. You can listen to it back to back on repeat. It's still funny every single time.
It was hard to just cut this down to a award show length.
And the spotlight was hard. That week, the spotlight ran like 40 minutes. Because what do you take out of that? It was really all great. So
anyway, make sure you click on to watch the full episode.
Right.
But for right now, number one moment of 2015, JR and Rob want to send your dick to Jupiter.
Speaking of numbers, I got an interesting number for you. 870 quadrillion.
Yeah. It sounds a lot different from the 61.4 quadrillion that I came up with. All right, so let's back up to the beginning.
Let's go back to the beginning.
Let's go back to the beginning because this is going to be a little bit convoluted, but it's going to end with how Rob and JR
did some simple math.
Want to cut your penises off and send them to Jupiter. So
what a tease. Good for you.
Your average penis.
The average penis.
The average penis. Erect, not flaccid, because apparently flaccid penises don't count.
That's right.
Or baby penises.
Or baby penises. Then we got onto the conversation of how many Venuses would fit into Jupiter.
Mm-hmm.
And I Googled it. I said,
using your voice.
Yeah.
Voice
I just used my
Siri
voice.
would not have made this mistake.
Yeah, I made the voice search and I said, okay, Google, how many Venuses would fit into Jupiter? And it gave me an exact answer almost immediately with math.
Okay, Google. Oh, wait, I have my sound turned off. Wait. I was trying to do the effect. Hang on.
Would you like me to get an Apple product involved?
No, we don't need Siri.
Yeah.
Okay, Google.
Siri would just pull up Google searches.
How many penises can fit in Jupiter? Anyway.
It's how many Venuses.
That's what I said.
You said penises.
Whatever.
He was not involved at this moment.
No, I was
sleeping.
sleeping. Go ahead.
He went to bed at like 4 o'clock.
Needless to say, I asked Google. Google gave an answer almost immediately with math involved and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got off on a tangent about, it sounded like you said penises. So I asked Google how many penises would fit into Jupiter, and then we had more conversation about how the government's really going to enjoy my Google search history when they look at it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the people are about 6 foot tall.
Right.
So when we're actually talking about
I'm not
making
saying
this
it's
three-dimensional,
perfect
we have
math.
to stack it on top of each other.
I'm not saying
every
it's
6
perfect
feet.
math. I'm saying there's a plus minus of about 1 billion. And when the number ends, when the number
800 quadrillion.
when the number ends up with a quadrillion,
yes,
then
I
feel like 1 billion is within a reasonable margin of error.
Okay.
I mean,
so your final calculation was what?
64.4 quadrillion.
Okay. And then we sat down to do the real math. Go ahead, give me the explanation.
The horrible math, the math that every single man in this listening to this should cringe at.
So back to the question at hand. How many, not Venuses, but penises will fit into the planet Jupiter?
Right.
Now, we're trying to figure out how to do this. We don't say, let's just take uproot a piece of land out of the earth and send it to Jupiter, and how many times can we fit that in there? That wasn't the question.
That wasn't the question.
How many Chinese people can we send over there?
Listen, Corey, I'd like a Granny Smith apple, and you come back with a bag of fruit. That is not the same thing.
I say...
It's literally apples and oranges.
I say that if Granny Smith apples came connected to a bunch of fruit, and I brought the bunch of fruit that the apple was connected to, then I did right by bringing you...
You brought a whole tree when I asked for a piece of fruit.
Because I'm not going to separate a Granny Smith apple from the rest. I'm not going to separate a man from his penis. I'm just going to say, listen, if you want to put the person through the chopping off of the penis or the chemical removal of the penis, and then put 64.1 trillion or quadrillion of them in a rocket and send it to Uranus or Jupiter.
We are 64. What is this? 64 episodes in?
Yeah,
64 episodes in. This is the most ridiculous conversation we have ever had on the podcast. So Corey wants to send penises with men to Uranus, and we are talking about volume of Jupiter.
I'm a humanitarian. I do not want to remove the penises off of people.
All right.
Rob and JR do.
Okay.
I hope every man who's listening to this is thinking about what they're going to do without their penis once Rob and JR are done with you.
So we had to figure out the volume of a penis.
If you know what I mean.
Yes. What's your number, Corey?
64.4.
So there's a large difference there.
Yeah,
we're dealing with
when you're worried about keeping penises away from people, then obviously.
Oh! Chiming in. What?
Corey, I just want to challenge one thing here. Okay, you're so worried about removing the penis from the man. Okay,
right?
You're so worried about what that's going to mean. You want to send the man to Jupiter?
I know. But I don't
the
think
man is going to die.
Listen,
instantly, or it doesn't matter. The man's going to die instantly.
Yes.
Either way.
May I pose a question to the men of the room?
He wouldn't die if you sever it in a medical facility. You probably would survive.
So these guys,
would you prefer? Would you prefer
preserving life?
Would you prefer to live without a penis?
Birth control.
That's a good question for the room.
I just assumed, with present company included, that you would rather me just send you completely with your penis intact to Jupiter rather than remove it from you.
We're just going to take the penises from China. There's too many people in Asia, right?
There's not enough. Is there a quadrillion people in China? Is there several hundred quadrillion people in China that you intend on taking the penises from?
Oh my god!
Hold on.
Thank you.
Hold on. What's the limit on change.org to get the president to say something? 100,000. So NASA must be like 10. I just have to get like a survey of like 10 people to sign a petition, and then I can get NASA to speak on it, right?
Right.
Because that's like how important the difference is between their importance.
Absolutely, yes.
So, number one, NASA needs to give us an answer on this, like a definitive answer.
How do we do this math?
Yeah.
Should we do it?
Yeah, and then you decide whether or not to eliminate the man from the penis, and then we know where the government stands on your dick.
Well, you are the one who doesn't want the government telling you things to do.
Well, if they're going to sit around and waste our money, they might as well tell me how many penises fit on Jupiter.
All right, so I do like that.
By the way, this conversation, this whole like math that we did was free. As soon as NASA gets involved, it's going to cost like $190 million.
As to your
then the Russians are going to use a pencil.
As to your flaccid comment, I do enjoy that 15 minutes later we were standing outside and John comes on and he's like, so I've gotten a couple wild cards I think we need to address in this.
We have a serious mathematical
problem. We've also talked about it for now like 25 minutes on the podcast.
If you'd like to chime in, go to savethepenis.com.
Oh, no, that's Corey's site. Ours is, we got to find something else. Corey's would be Save the Penis.
SaveThePenis.org. Thank you very much.
Sorry. It's a charity. It's a charitable organization.
It's a 501c3 beacon.
I will remember you.
A montage of a bunch of penises. Just get Just get Sarah McLachlan looking at you just like, every single day, Rob and JR are cutting off thousands and thousands of penises trying to fill Jupiter. Will you contribute?
These penises safely reach Jupiter.
Will you contribute
for only 70 cents a day?
For only 70 cents a day, you can keep penises with their rightful owners.
That's less than a cup of coffee.
Won't you please donate 70 cents to allow a man to keep his junk?
Jesus Christ.
What
have we done? What have we done?
Oh, you know what I think we've done?
What's that?
Good here today.
I don't know about that. I don't know if we've done good, but we did something.
So that's it, guys. The 2015 Spotlight Special.
I can't believe it's over.
I know.
So many great moments.
Should we just go more?
Let's do it.
Number 6. We're going in reverse order now. Or regular order.
Yeah, I mean, we really could have pulled 25 moments out of this year.
Yeah.
There's so much good. 52. I mean, really, we could have done something from every episode.
Yeah, there was well, I mean, maybe 50.
Okay. Yeah.
A couple of them we phoned in a little bit.
That's all right, though, yeah. But
a couple of, what are we talking about this week episodes, but, you know.
But, you know, it's...
You expect the consistency, that's the thing.
It's consistent across every week there's a new one. Quality...
Every Tuesday or Wednesday.
Depending on how things work out.
Yeah.
But no, so we hope you enjoyed the Spotlight Special. Again, these are our 5 favorite moments from this. I think that there are tons more that could have been chosen, but if there is an episode you want to share with somebody, or if this is your first episode watching O The Anthem, trust me, there is far more in our catalog in the past, and there is much more to come in 2016. So I'm really looking forward to that.
So if you're watching for the first time, thank you.
Yeah.
If you're one of our loyal listeners, loyal fans, send this off to somebody.
Absolutely.
Because we can't, we the only way we grow is by getting new people in the fold.
Right.
It's like what do you call it? What's that thing where you get everybody
pyramid
to contribute?
Scheme.
Yeah, pyramid scheme.
Big pyramid.
Oh, the Anthem is a pyramid scheme.
Wait
a minute. Is that...
We are losing money on this endeavor.
What's the other one? Oh, Ponzi.
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, Ponzi scheme. That's it.
Well, yeah, so, and of course, that was our 5 choice. We had the fans' choice as well. If you disagree with us, if you think something shouldn't have been in the top 5, if you think we forgot something and something else should be in the top 5, let us know. I would love to hear an update in a few weeks. So.
I think there's a way that people can let us know.
I don't know how. How would one do that?
OTheAnthem.com. Cory at OTheAnthem.com. O The Anthem on Facebook. Mommy nominated Twitter. Mommy nominated Instagram. And the listener line, 443-219-7595.
Oh, what's that number again?
It's 443-219-7595.
And you can find me on our social networks at Robert N. Cheek. Make sure you check out robertncheek.com for links to all of the stuff that we have going on. And you can find links there to my books available on Amazon.
By Rob's Books.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so for 2015, it's been real.
Yeah, but so much to look forward to coming up in 2016. 100th episode, our 2-year anniversary. Hopefully more live stuff. There's so much stuff coming. I don't know
so many other things.
Oh, yeah. How are we going to pick 5 next year? I don't even know. It was hard this year. Next year it's going to be impossible.
I think we're just going to have to get somebody on the job of.
We need staff.
Yeah, we need an intern, somebody we can beat.
Right. Well, for the last time in 2015, thank you for listening. Thank you for rating and reviewing and subscribing and all the things that you do. Make sure that you go out and find us on whatever your RSS feed is and get those weekly podcasts in your inbox as soon as they load on Tuesday or Wednesday. But one last time in 2015, thank you for joining us. For Cory, this is Rob. Have a great week, everybody.
See ya.